Hey everyone, Sky here, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. This video, we're going to be looking at Minecraft Bedrock trying to survive 100 days. Now, Bedrock is a version that is not quite as popular as Java, but it is significantly getting better, and I love it. It's what I first played on, and looking forward to doing this challenge. In these 100 days, we're going to be trying to get our own villagers with good trades, make some auto farms that will be very useful, beat the Ender Dragon, and also defeat the Wither. And so if you enjoy, please hit the like button and subscribe. If we hit 500 likes, we'll do a 200 days. And also, if there's any mob that you want to be named after, please comment below, and that mob could be named after you in the 200 days. Alright, so enough of that. Let's get to the 100 days. So the seed I used is the name of one of my favorite cars, because I'm kind of weird like that. And you can see we're playing on hard mode, and these are the packs I'm using, Better Villagers, which that'll make more sense later. And also, I'm using the counter so you can tell what day it is. So, it looks like we spawned in a forest between a taiga and a grassland biome. So, craft me a wooden pickaxe, and after getting some wood, and then I go to get some stone, cobblestone, and some coal, which I saw there. And that'll help me to make torches and be more prepared for things that are coming up. Because with darkness, naughties will spawn, so we want to try to alleviate that. Make us some stone tools, and we did see this village here, and so I borrowed some food from them. I'm sure they'll be fine, they won't mind, but I did replant a few because I'm a nice guy like that. And then with all the wheat we got, we made some bread, which will come in handy. And as it started to get dark and get toward nighttime, I frantically kill these pigs for some extra food, and then I decided I would go caving because I did not want to be out and about at night on the surface. And went into a cave. We're probably not going to be sleeping a whole lot because I need to get as much done as I can. And of course we see some naughties in here. We still have no armor. And this guy here about pulled one over on me.
I will not be defeated. I cannot be defeated.
But I did not give up. The fight was tough, and we survived. Just barely, half a heart. Oh my goodness. I really thought the run was going to end right there. But we continued mining in this cave. Got a lot of coal and copper and some iron, which we definitely needed. Because we need some armor, by golly. So I made me a little safe alcove here and smelted this iron so I could make some armor, which would help us to survive. And then I decided to proceed a little bit further into the cave. But I went up and I saw some naughties up there. So I came right back down and continued smelting more iron and made our iron boots. Then I went back up some more, and oh, I saw a creeper and a baby zombie. So that was going to be a good time. So killed the creeper. The baby zombie though, I was fighting him with my axe because I was kind of freaking out. But we did it. Got some more iron. And I eat again. I like to eat. We make us a chest plate and some leggings. Cook some pork chops. And also make a helmet. And now we got a full set of armor. And we got a bucket and a pickaxe as well. Then I go up to proceed further into the cave, but I see not one, not two, not three, but 4 skeletons and a spider, all which really want to do horrible things to me. So I decide to run into my little alcove. And dude, bruh, hit your shots though, seriously. Alright, so I take all these skeletons down, but I am not playing. I thought I was slick here, but couldn't forget that I almost died not very long ago. And now we got armor. We're not quite as vulnerable, but I knew that in the open, fighting 4 skeletons in the open was a recipe for disaster. And then I almost get blown up on by a creeper. And then I fight even more skeletons. My goodness, seeing a theme here. And then we finally escape by day 2. Outside the cave, and we find some cows in the village. We set them free, get some fences, which we'll use, and I meet a friend, a good old zombie. and he's burning. We also see some sheep along the way. And I decided that I wanted to try to set up a base in the nice spruce biome because I really like it there. So we make some fences for our cows and sheep and start breeding them up. Kill another creeper. Get some sugarcane, which we'll plant in a little bit. And I see a zombie trapped. Bruh, what you doing? We kind of light up the forest a little bit, and I noticed that this wolf killed my sheep. I was not very happy about that. But I did luckily find a baby sheep, and then found another adult. And I love how the baby ran to the adult. It was so cute. Well, we breed the cows some more, plant some sugarcane, and get that all started because we will need an enchantment table. And I get some wood and start making up a farm with some of those wheat seeds and potatoes that I got from that village. Then we continued and proceeded to terraform a little bit so that we could easily fit our farm, smelt that copper that we got, kind of organize a little bit stuff in the chests that we made from the wood we got from chopping down the trees. Got some more wood because you know we're going to be needing it. And goodbye, creeper. Get some good old XP from the copper we smelted. Make some more chests. And this chest will hold my goodies, like copper and iron. And then I'll sleep for the night as we head on into day 5. So on day 5, I decided I would make my own little mine downward so I could easily strip mine whenever I wanted to, but my inventory filled up, so I went back up to surface and slept and kind of cleaned back up a little bit. Harvested and planted more sugarcane and made some stairs with a stone cutter. So that with stairs we could easily get back up to the surface. Made some more pickaxes. Had a fight with this llama. Rest in peace, llama. You were annoying though. Then the zombie. He's after the Wandering Trader, but I saved the Wandering Trader. And we saw our first diamonds. Which, how many are we going to get from this? Ooh, reached level 20 from mine of these. And oh my goodness, I like this. A lot of these.
Ooh, yes. Precious, precious gems.
Couldn't have said it better myself. So, got 8 diamonds from that, and so I make a pickaxe so that I can get some obsidian, which we're going to need for a nether portal, so that we can kind of get ready for the next leg of our journey. So I planted a little more wheat and bred some more cows, because we are going to need leather and sugarcane for the enchantment table. And then I saw another cave to go into, so I went into it, got some iron, and some lapis, which we're definitely going to need for enchanting. However, the gravel decided it wanted to be like that to me. And we also saw some gold and redstone. Redstone's going to be good for making some automated machines or farms later. And oh, I love me some lapis and some iron. And some more coal. Now, I tried to start making my way back, but I ended up fighting some skeletons. Man, what is it with this world and skeletons just loving to harass me? Something's going on. But anyway, a spider decided it didn't want to join in on the action, but it's just a little bit late to the party. And we found some more copper, and I finally, by day 10, I make it back up to the surface. And I got hit in the booty by a phantom, and I decided I probably should sleep, because it has been a while. And so I harvested sugarcane again, and, you know, by now we have gone all the way around this little bitty pond. And then I decided that I'd finally make a map with all this excess sugarcane I made. Upgraded it with some paper and a cartographer table that I made. And made a compass as well so I could actually see myself on the map. And I made automatic smelters here, or semi-automatic smelters at least, where I would put the fuel in the middle chest and then on the top stuff I want to smelt. Made a nether portal. And I tamed the wolf finally. Despite what happened with the first wolf, I decided, you know, this wolf, I'm gonna have my best friend. And we go into the Nether, and I see that, oh, with horror, I'm in the Soul Sand Valley. So I decided I probably should protect the Nether portal. So I do that. And I kind of go out very, very carefully. I just want some Nether quartz. We're not going to try to do anything crazy on our first trip into the Nether. I just need some Nether quartz so that I can start making a few little farms. Because I need quartz for observers. But I do see this bastion. And I decided to get this chest because it's right on the edge. However, this bastion might be something we want to look at in 200 days if we do that. But I'm not ready for that yet. So we make some dispensers with the quartz and redstone that we got. And also some bows. And we make some mine carts with hoppers, but unfortunately it really eats up our iron. However, this wool farm that I'm making is going to be very, very handy, not only for trading with villagers, same way we get villagers, but also for all the carpet we could ever need, or beds. So we place our observers down, they got to face the grass blocks, and then the dispensers are going to be facing the sheep. And we chop some more wood down because you know we got to have our wood. And then get some sand for glass. And I see a baby fox. And oh my goodness, it's so freaking cute. And then I go back to get some more cobblestone because I'm going to need more stone. And then I run into another cave. And oh my goodness, this is a big mama. But I come back up to the surface because I got to finish my sheep farm. And so we have a little bit of difficulty nudging the sheep into the right place, but we get it done. We dye the sheep the colors we want. I wanted white, black, blue, and light blue. And I put the shears inside the dispensers, and it should be good. And then I decided, you know, an automated sugarcane farm would also be pretty nice. You know, because if I get me a lot of librarian villagers, having plenty of sugarcane for paper would be pretty helpful. But I'm going to need, once again, more glass and more wood. And then I decided, you know what, might as well start working on getting that leather for the enchantment table. So, killed some cows. And then I had to get more stone, and I ran across diamonds, mining at the Y11 level. Mainly to get more iron for later. You know, but of course right now I'm just getting stone. And then I run across this amethyst geode, which I don't really have a huge need for this 100 days, but it wouldn't hurt to grab a little bit of it. And it's pretty much right under my base, so that's pretty nice. And the wool farm is already working quite nicely. Made me a spyglass. This could be useful later, possibly. And I start building a house. Finally. Took me a while to get there, but it's coming along pretty decently. Although I will admit I am not the best builder, so please don't judge me too hard. Actually, judge me as hard as you want to. It's fine. Any constructive criticism is great. I probably will work on making this house nicer as we go along. But I do need more stone, and I also find more beautiful iron. But I smelt the cobblestone in the furnaces to make it into stone, which I can make into stone bricks. But just continue working on this house. It took me a while to get that porch the way I wanted it, but I'm still not 100% sure I like it that much. But yeah, roofs, everybody's worst nightmare. But need a lot of wood for the roof. Caught me a little chicken there. Thought that might be good for maybe, you know, chickens are really useful for a lot of things. And man, the wool is really piling up. So yeah, these trapdoors work pretty nice for shutters, I thought. And then I make the railing for the sides of the porch on the second floor. And finally put in our window panes and work on finishing up the roof. By day 35, this is what our house looks like. Not too bad, but like I said, I think we might want to work on more later. We'll work on a pathway though, to kind of connect some of our farms to our house. And make my bookshelves and enchantment table. Finally. So we can start enchanting. Since I am I'm past level 30. And I get a silk touch efficiency 4 on my diamond pickaxe. Not really the best thing, but you know, the silk touch could be useful. The axe was a total disappointment though. Let's not talk about that. So I decided I wanted to go exploring a little bit to find some new land and see what there was out there. It looked like I saw some ice in the distance earlier. So I decided, you know, might find something good. Maybe an igloo, if I could find that. And oh, baby white fox, so cute. Creeper, get out of here. So I did head to this icy taiga, and I did find an igloo. My goodness, it was lucky. And it had a basement. The look is just so great, so great. So, this is what man, better than I could have hoped for. So it has everything that we need, the golden apple. So I decided I would go back with a plan. So I go back home, and I make this little staircase down so that I can try to make a little area for the villagers, assuming that I can somehow get them all the way over here. Way gonna be easier said than done. I return to the igloo, see that it has the potion. All we really need is one. And make a little stairway up so that they can escape the igloo. And I steal the broomstick because, you know, I'm gonna want me a cleric. And I free the villager and then the zombie villager. And it's time for them to get to know each other. So, you know, they need some quality time together. So, wow. We are ready to roll. So, the one zombie villager did put on the chain helmet that I had on me, but the other one would not put on the leather helmet.
Let's go on a journey and explore this world.
So, it is time for a journey indeed. And, oh my goodness, it was so painful, y'all. I really thought I was going to die here. I almost did, as you see. Because as I was trying to bring the zombies back, the zombie villagers, to my base, which was over 800 blocks away, mind you. Yeah, everything was trying to get in on action, and the skeletons shot the zombie villagers and zombies, so the skeletons were not just antagonizing me, but I had to really be careful because the zombie villagers could take too much damage. And the polar bear also wanted to get in on the action, so I was like, you know what? Get out of here. I didn't do anything to you. Polar bears really are very aggressive, though, if they have a baby, if they have a cub near them. But we near our base, and I really was lucky. I had brought the boat and a lead just in case there wasn't going to be any rain, but which I did not expect there would be. However, I got very lucky that it rained or snowed the entire way, so I did not have to worry. So I used my potion of weakness and my golden apples to cure them, and we were good to go in that. So now I was so happy. We finally got our first two villagers, and they have some discounted deals because we cured them from being zombies, and that was pretty nice. So we could start breeding them. I wanted bookshelves on the first librarian because the bookshelf trade is pretty broken. And I did want glass bottles on the cleric, because if I could get you know, librarian to give me glass, and that I could make it into bottles to sell to the cleric, that could be an infinite emerald loop and experience loop, which would be really good for me to be able to enchant everything that I needed to enchant to go to a full-fledged Nether trip. From the enchantment table, I was so happy to get Fortune 3 on this iron pickaxe, and now I could go back into my strip mine and get those extra diamonds and iron that I had left behind. And 10 diamonds from that. And look at all the iron, lapis, and copper that we got. Enchanted me a fishing rod. Not the best thing, but, you know, I'll take it. So I'll go fishing a little bit. And hopefully catch some treasure. And goodbye, creeper. And goodbye, tree. Catching me an enchanted bow that had power 4 and unbreaking 3. That was a really nice catch, got to say. Smelted me some stone to get some smooth stone, because I'm going to need it for blast furnaces for villagers. Buy some glowstone off the cleric. That'll come in handy later. And then unlock the glass bottle trade, which is the most broken. And I got a pretty good enchantment on the sword and a pretty good book, an unbreaking book, which I might use later. Work on fortuning the potatoes and wheat so that I can get more for, you know, more for food or for trading. And I give the villagers some bread, and oh my goodness, they loved it. They loved it a lot. A lot. And I worked on extending the sugarcane farm. Put my redstone on the back of the observers, and it should be good to go, so we can hopefully get even more paper. And decided that I would go out at night to try to get some string and stuff, and I got me a music disc because of a helpful skeleton. Yeah, y'all thought y'all were working against me, didn't you? You're just helping me. So yeah, I needed string for a loom, so I got that. And also made some composters for some farmers, very useful villagers. And this baby villager had gotten stuck. He was very, very goated. Very, very goated. He was a little built different. Found me some coal. Love me some coal. Smelt some iron. And got me some farmers here. But I really wanted farmers with potato trade, because I have me some potatoes. So, potatoes and golden carrots. It's like a winner to me. But it wouldn't hurt to have a farmer that has glistering melons as well. So I got my first shepherd. I really wanted the lime green dye, because eventually when I do find cactus, I'll make a cactus farm. So I do a little terraforming so that I can make a big mama potato farm. And oh yeah, so we move our potatoes from our original old farm over here, and it's going to be much better. Work on extending the wool farm as well, which will be really good, because I am going to want some more extra white wool for the shepherd. And then I see this happening. Poor llama, rest in peace. And wolf, you rest in peace too. So I went back and got those beetroots that I'd seen from the village earlier when I was bringing back the zombie villagers. And I decided I would plant those at my base, because those are good for red dye. I put the sheep in their little new home, and they're going to be quite useful. Go back into the nether to get some more nether quartz, because I was about out. And my armor, whoa, my armor is looking pretty bad. And I enchanted me some new iron armor. And got me some pretty good enchantments there. You see protection. And unbreaking. And feather falling on boots. And I caught me a fox that had got captured when he killed the chicken. So yeah, I was really happy with my enchantment on the boots and the helmet. Respiration 3 and breaking protection. I was definitely going to need that when I go into the nether later. So I added more beds. I gave more bread, and well, you know what that means. It's time for some more fun. Then I harvest the potatoes. And oh my goodness, with fortune, I got a ton of taters. And the farmers really like that a lot, gotta say. And so did I, with all those emeralds I was getting. So, had some extra taters, but I'll use those later. Breed some more, and oh my goodness. Oh yeah, they got the taiga outfit. It's really nice. So, made me some job blocks for the villagers. And some bookshelves so I can have more librarians. So we're going to be needing those later. And I made another anvil. And I only got efficiency 4 on an iron pickaxe, but that's fine. I can combine it with my fortune one later. Enchanted that stone axe to reset the table. And then worked on my armors just to make sure that all my blacksmith had what I wanted. I wanted a toolsmith with a diamond hoe, which I was happy to get. Butchers with the chicken trade was nice. So if they didn't give me what I wanted, I just broke the job block and replaced it until I got what I really wanted. And so got me an armor with boots and helmets. So now I had an armor that offered everything. So we were good. So it's time for more breeding. Got me a cartographer as well. And traded to get some gunpowder from the Wandering Trader. And he really liked that, as y'all saw. And I got so lucky with this fishing rod. Already caught me a Protection 3 book not long after using it. And then I also caught a mending rod. And then another good book with loyalty 3 on it. And the nitwit do be sleeping like that though. And then basically I just grinded some levels there. Grinded some XP by trading with villagers and leveling them up as well. Because I wanted to keep getting up to level 30 so that I could keep trying the enchantment table to see what I could get. And I got a really good hoe. That might come in handy later. Maybe in 200 days if I decided to brave an ancient city. So I figured we would need some chests. Because I could finally start organizing my stuff. But I do some more fishing. And wow, look at that book. It has unbreaking and mending and restoration 3 on it. Will be perfect for a helmet, but really could go on any armor piece. So I was catching a lot of good stuff, which I was quite pleased with. Enchanting my leggings, got protection 3 and unbreaking 3. Decided I would move the automatic smelter into my house. Finally. Day 61. And I started organizing stuff into the chest. Got a stonemason that had me some polished diorite, which I liked. And I also could get unlimited bricks if I wanted those on the build. Got me another shepherd that had lime green dye. And I decided to go for punch 1 on the enchantment table, but that's all I had. So I was like, really? Harvested potatoes more, traded with the villagers more. Got back up to level 30. Got another enchantment. Not bad. I could combine that with my other sword. And have about everything I wanted on a sword. Took me a few levels to combine those. Combine our pickaxes as well. And also got a pretty good deal for our leggings there. We want to make sure our armor is full durability. I did decide to put that really good book on my chest plate. But I was all the way down to level 3 and I need just a little bit more to combine that mending on my fishing rod. Did buy some light gray dye from the Wandering Trader. And then I decided to get my Silk Touch pick up to efficiency 4. And buff up my armor a little bit more as well. So now we have some really good armor. At least protection 3 on everything. And unbreaking as well, which will be good because we'll probably take a lot of hits in the Nether. I got some melon seeds from the Wandering Trader, which will be good for a melon farm later. And so I decided to make that now, because that could be really good to eventually make an automatic melon and pumpkin farm. And I brought my dog in the house. He was really happy. He was tired of being outside, which I don't blame him. And I decided to buy an orange flower off the Wandering Trader randomly. And then I decided to see if I could get a giant taiga tree, which I did. And also got some, whatever that stuff's called. Podzol, yeah, that's what it's called. And I made the wool farm look a lot better finally. Put the roof on it and stuff. Quite pleased. And got me a Fletcher with the wither arrows, which I wanted. And as many arrows as I needed. Since I never was lucky enough to get infinity on my bow, I decided to finally just give up and just go with the Fletcher and buy tons of arrows off of him. And my anvil broke, so I decided I need to go back into the Nether. I think we were good to go, but rest in peace, Cal. So into the Nether, got a lot of gold. I finally was on the mission since my armor was good, and I did have plenty of arrows and a decent bow with power 5 on it, that I would try to find a fortress to get blaze rods. And finally, after a while, like over 2 days of searching in the Nether, finally found it. And I got some blaze rods pretty quickly. And got pretty lucky with wither skeleton skulls. Already got one. So I really did not want to stay long in this fortress. Wanted to get blaze rods, find the nether wart, which I would need for brewing later, which I did luckily find after not too long. And wanted to get the heck out of here. So I did find some horse armor as well, but I haven't even found a horse yet in this playthrough. There probably was one back at that village, but I had forgotten to test it out. There were so many other things I was trying to do. But I had the coordinates written down for my way home, so I decided to just tunnel and bridge my way there. And we survived after all. So I was so happy to be home. But I had gotten 5 wither skeleton skulls and plenty of blaze rods and nether wart. So it was time to add more beds and breed the villagers more. And oh my goodness. And I also tamed my first cat. I really did like the orange cat. So I had plenty of gold, enough to make 19 golden apples. And I got a second cleric. So I locked them in once I saw they had the glass bottle trade. And then I saw that I had a villager with sharpness, and got a villager with mending. And efficiency 5, depth strider 3. Was very happy with that. And then looting 3, which is definitely a must, because that's hard to get from the enchantment table. And then I made some more lecterns, because I need more librarians. But I got infinity finally, which will come very handy for the dragon later. And then I got one with aqua affinity and channeling, which could be cool later. And finally, last but not least, I got unbreaking 3. Some reason, unbreaking 3 usually takes me a while to get. But it was time to get crazy. So I tied up the iron golem who had spawned after I got enough villagers, and made sure he wouldn't hurt our new friend here, because the villagers really needed to get to know our new friend. And yeah, they got to know him pretty good, I have to say. And after I was done with my friend, I took him out, because I'm just bad like that. But it was time to try to cure all these villagers, because we needed some good deals. So we cured all 8 of them. And now we should have, yeah, I like that. Diamond armor for 1 emerald, baby. Heck yeah, I'll take that. Mending for 1 emerald. That's why I'm talking. So, really good way to get XP and emeralds. Have a bunch of librarians and sell you bookshelves, break the bookshelves, and then sell the books back to them. But I did have to eat through my iron a lot in order to level up all these blacksmiths. But it is worth it. We definitely needed to do that. So now I can finally stop using stone tools. And I decided on night 75 it was time for another new friend for the villagers to play with. And then I cured all 9 of them. And their deals were even better now. Oh my goodness, I was so happy. So yeah, it was time to finally add mending to our pickaxes, which were about dead, as well as our armor. They really could not have gone much further, I have to say. So not a moment too soon. And I was really happy our shepherds were down to 1 green dye. However, I still did not have green yet. And may not quite get that this 100 days. But there's just so much to do, so little time. My cat, when I slept, my cat had got me a rabbit's foot, which is a really rare item. I was quite kind of happy with that. But I was stocking up on diamond tools and armor. And eventually, we will organize things. But just getting it for the time being. Doing some enchanting with our levels. And getting a lot of emeralds. Feather foam 4, protection 4 on diamond boots. Pretty good. Buy some glass and get protection 4 leggings. Pretty good. Level up our cartographer because I really wanted item frames. Because item frames kind of look nice and nice way to organize your things. Got protection 4 on a helmet, which was a little bit of a disappointment because helmets can be expensive to enchant, but I just went ahead and went with it. Because really, for the end, should be fine enough. But I did not like the deal for Sharpness 5. Sharpness 5 was still a little bit too expensive, so I was like, you know, villager, you're going to give that to me a little bit cheaper. They're totally not my slaves or anything. And, yeah, I like the looks of that a lot better. And I also like the looks of getting name tags for 1 emerald, so that's why I chose to reinfect the first villager we had gotten from the igloo. But I really tried to enchant a bow again, but I really was having no luck. So I got a sharpness 5 diamond sword with looting 3. But I couldn't really decide if I wanted to go with that or if I wanted to just keep using my iron sword. But I ultimately decided my iron sword had a little bit more on it, so I decided to keep using it because it also had fire aspect. But found me another cave as I was mining and found this lush cave. Which was pretty cool. We'll have to come back here later. I'll have to remember that that's here. And I found some more iron. But yeah, the main reason I had gone mining is I really needed more redstone and stuff. And found some more diamonds as well. So I smelt our stuff in the furnaces and filled up our inventory again with more cobblestone and iron. Yeah, we really needed more iron since we broke the anvil. And there we go. So now I enchanted my bow. And since I did get infinity books off the villager, I could finally have infinity. And put mending and unbreaking on all of our armor. Because even if I did go with an iron sword, I was definitely going to want to go with diamond armor into the end. Although I probably could have been fine with iron. But the Endermen do hit pretty hard if they get aggroed. But yeah, between just trading with the villagers to level back up so I could get all the enchantments I needed. And buying all the stuff I need, we became pretty prepared. So, and I brought me an unbreaking and a mending book, which I placed in the ender chest, which I wanted to keep on me. Because it would be good to have an ender chest. And if I do find an elytra in the end, I can just put unbreaking and mending and use those fireworks to easily fly and navigate the nether. I found this pillager outpost on the way to the stronghold. And I noticed that the stronghold looked to be underneath the village. Sadly though, that pillager outpost did not have any allays. I kicked out all the inhabitants of the stronghold because who do they think they are? I mean, come on. And I found a zombie spawner, which is pretty cool. So we'll definitely have to come back here later. So I had to put some stuff in there, which, you know, I wasn't going to need in the end, but I could come back for later. And I found some pretty good books. A Respiration 3 book, Thorns 2. And this book right here is really good. Protection 3 and some other good stuff on it. And found some more paper and books. And then a mending book, which is kind of insane. Kind of rare find. So I finally had found, on day 87, finally found the portal. And I just made a chest and played around with some silverfish for a minute. And put the stuff in the chest I did not want to take with me to the end, but I would come back for later, maybe at some point. And I decided, oh, a silverfish went into the portal. I decided it was time to get rid of the silverfish spawner. I was thinking of keeping it, but then I thought, well, I didn't think it'd really be that useful at any point. So we went into the portal and are greeted with the silverfish, and then I dug my way up to finally commence the battle. But Enderman had to deal with them. So basically, we took down the dragon the best we could, trying to get Dragon's Breath and take down all these Endermen and take out the crystals. And so basically, I'll let the battle speak for itself. feisty Enderman aside, I got a stack of bottles of Dragon's Breath, and thankfully I had Feather Falling 4 on my boots so that I did not die when I got knocked off. But if you didn't have that, you could use slow falling potions using Phantom Membranes. When I went into the little portal, the little end gate, I could not believe my eyes. There was an end city right there. It was a tiny one, but I decided if I wanted to make a shulker farm later, I would just leave that alone because it would be good for making a shulker farm if I ever wanted to make one. So I went to the end city with the ship because I really was after the elytra, and battled some shulkers, had a good old time with them, and almost killed myself here. This was quite scary because I'm just goated like that. I completely overshot the ship and did not aim it correctly, but I did get the dragon's head and got this little shulker hiding on the outside, and I see a very good shovel just like one I enchanted on the table earlier, and I got our elytra, which I put unbreaking and mending on, and with our fireworks we could much easily explore the Nether. So I found another city with the ship on day 88, and I decided to go to it, and I actually found a lot of diamonds and stuff in this chest, a lot of iron and gold, good armor and swords and tools and stuff. And I went to this city and it was just humongous. So on basically most of day 88 and 89, I was exploring this city. It was quite huge. But we did get a second elytra, and we got a lot of good stuff from this as well. But I decided I really had gotten enough, and I got like 48 extra shulker shells, so decided it was time to go back, because I did not want to push my luck too long. And we had survived the dragon and the inn, and I came home to my pussycat ready to greet me. And so y'all, it was the last 10 days. I had gotten all this stuff from the inn. I was quite happy, and it was time to get ready for the wither fight. But in the meantime, I did want to make a little chicken farm, because if I do a 200 days, I really wanted to make some fun farms. I did find this dripstone, which would be good for a fuel source, make an automatic lava farm. And this phantom was stuck in a tree, so I had some fun with it. And with the chickens, I could later make an automatic farm where I have foxes gather berries for me. Also, I could have a farm where foxes will automatically kill chickens for me. So that would be pretty cool. I might do that in 200 days if we do that. So our lava farm's already working kind of nicely, and so is our little egg farm. And then, speaking of foxes, I found a second fox, so that could be cool for later, as I was saying. And so finally, day 95, 94, 95, I was working on making the passageway nicer, so it wasn't all dirt and gravel and crap like it was. And I decided I'd have the Enderman take out the golem take out the Enderman for me. Rest in peace, Enderman. And I moved the villagers to the edge of the little area that I have for them, and made the roof and everything, the sides, much nicer. Started carpeting the area. Looks pretty nice, I think, but it would look a lot nicer with some rooms and walls. I want to build a library in there later. But like I was saying, that'll be something for 200 days probably. There's just so little time to do all the things that, I wanted to do. But yeah, just by buying buckets of fish off the fishermen, I have a way to get unlimited buckets. And I decided, day 99, it was time to go down into my mine and fight the big, bad, beautiful wither. And yes, it was time. And oh my goodness, with the regen potions I made, I decided with the buff to protection 4, since I'm wearing protection 4 diamond armor, regen 1 should be powerful enough, hopefully. And I was lucky it was. And with using the redstone, the potions actually last 2 minutes. So I had me a zombie here. I remember when I said zombies were my best friend. I swear, man, this zombie was really trying hard to take down the wither with me. But sadly, the zombie put up a valiant effort, but he did not last. But don't worry, zombie, I will avenge you. So the zombie was dead, but I took down the wither skeletons that the wither spawned. He was down to half health, but he was not playing. I had to say thank you to the wither, though. He did help me get a lot of diamonds. But when he does that charge attack, he really does a lot of damage. So I really had to be careful. There were a few times he got me down to like 2 or 3 hearts. Thank you, wither, for that. For those diamonds there. And we just wailed on the wither. Once you get him down below half health, he's a little easier to hit with your sword because he can't really fly as high. But that, like I said, that charge attack, it's pretty crazy. So, with that, the end of day 99, we take down the wither. And we move away so he doesn't kill us with his explosion. We get our beautiful nether star. Clean up this area, put tons of deep slate in the shulker box. And y'all, with that, the 100 days are pretty much over. We decided to build a little beacon because I didn't quite have enough emeralds, even though I had a lot. Didn't have enough for a full-size beacon, but we'll do that for 200 days, probably. And thank y'all all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. And hope y'all have a wonderful day. And stay awesome, everybody.